Hey guys, it's May 19th, 2021. I was going to do a full out video, but I decided to actually do a live stream style so I can get this out quicker to you. Because there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of movement happening in the markets right now, and I just want to make sure you're filled in. Maybe I'll do another one a little later and help you with what's going on, give you a little bit more info. But for now, let's just get into the action. All right, well, here we are again, and the markets have been going crazy with everything that's happening, with everybody selling out and just saying they're done with crypto. I think that there's a lot to be said as to why, and I've had a few people already reach out to me personally and ask, hey, you told me to, invest in crypto. What's going on with it? I'm losing my money. You're not losing your money. You still have just as many Bitcoins or whatever else you bought as you had before. It's just not worth as much right now. So just don't sell and you're going to be okay. But I think at the end of the day, we're really in a panic mode, just a little bit of fear in regards to what's happening. And I think that fear has a lot to do with new investors coming onto the market and not understanding that these dips happen. This is not uncommon for crypto, but it's more than just crypto now. I think that we're seeing some of these things take place in a lot of different places, a lot of different locations. Specifically, like the stock market looks awful right now. Let me just pull something up here for you. I'm just gonna pull up my Weibo, transition this. Here we go. So if you take a look at this, like, stuff is mainly red, and like there's stuff coming on green right now, but things have not been looking good for the stock market. It's not just crypto. It's a lot more than that. You got, a lot of players on the market right now that are just in the red. Most things are in the red. It's really funny. I actually have some leftover G stock and it's up. Well, that's cool. But I want to make sure you guys understand, this is fear. This is, mainly fear of two things, I would say. It's the fear of inflation and the fear of leverage. People don't know exactly how much people are leveraged into the markets, specifically the crypto market. So it's been kind of crazy. And again, I'm going to go over this multiple times throughout this channel. Please be careful when you're over leveraging, when you're buying things on margin, especially with crypto. It's not like, oh yeah, it's gonna go up, I'm gonna be able to make money. If you have margin calls out there and you don't have the money and things are dropping, you might lose your money. They might want you to pay up. So please be careful with that. But all of this doesn't remind me, but historically speaking, it has a lot to do with what happened back in the 60s. The post-war era, where people were just spending. It was a matter of social projects, and we're no longer spending money on war, so we need to boost the economy some other way. And there's a lot of regulations and policies that were put into place back then. You're talking about price fixing, and essentially you couldn't sell a product for more than what they thought you could sell it for, and that held inflation back. That held things from kind of going parabolic, actually. So right now we're seeing a lot of the same thing. So in 1967, 1968, things were getting a little more lax. So this is when they lifted those, price limitations, where inflation started kicking into high gear. It was, back at 1 point something, less than 2%, and it skyrocketed to, 6-7%. Because of those limits being put in place. And I think a lot of the feeling that people are having right now is similar to that, where, all right, so we just had a lot of expenditures going on. What's next? What are we going to do? So it's in anticipation of this inflation. That 2% inflation is getting here. If you look at price for supplies, wood, whatever else, it's just been insane as how much these prices have risen, and people are feeling the effects of inflation, and they're scared, so they're selling. They want to make sure they have their money, safely, which is insane if you think about it. Because if inflation's here and you want your money to do well, you want to make sure that it's actually earning something. Otherwise, inflation is just going to be eating away at your money. So it's it's a double-edged sword there, where you can't win by trying to win. But the big reason why things are really coming down is because people are taking advantage of this. So they're shorting the market. As retail investors, we don't necessarily have the ability that institutions have to do some of these things, and placing short calls on Bitcoin. Right now, the institutions are just taking over the retail investors when it comes to the crypto world, which is why I keep saying you guys want to get in as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be a game controlled by somebody else. These prices for crypto are great for you to buy, but I don't want anybody to suffer because of it. I don't want new investors to look at it and say, "Oh my God, this is ridiculous. I just lost half of my money." Like, I don't want panic. I do enjoy buying things at a lower price, but at the end of the day, I want everybody to succeed. I want crypto to grow. So sure, I'm taking advantage to buy, but I want these prices to go back up. I want things to improve. I want things to get better. And we've had a few things go on already. Today, Coinbase stopped the Ethereum withdrawals. So you can't withdraw Ethereum from your Coinbase account. Binance isn't allowing you to redeem leveraged tokens. So there's people are having issues with the network. So think about that. You have all these apps that are supposed to help you invest and help you make money with crypto, and they're blocking you from doing things. It's hard. It's scary, especially if you're new. If you don't have the experience with crypto, as some of us have, like, you're going to start to freak out and be like, I want to get my money out. I want to get my money out. So it causes major panic, which, again, those shorts just take advantage of. And, the retail investor is basically getting screwed. That's what's happening. The best picture that I have to explain this here, this is what it is. It's essentially fear. That's what's driving it all. That's what's making us really just see, very, very diminishing returns on our money. We're back, Bitcoin went way down. Let me take a look here at some charts. I actually had Webull up, and let me switch that screen. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna move my screen over to the other side so you can see it a little bit better. But I posted a video pretty late last night, so I posted a video, let's say it was, just around here, this very beginning, where Bitcoin was at the $45,000 mark, and I was having a really hard time sleeping last night, so I didn't go to bed until, let me see. So, all right, so here we go. So yesterday, here's the video that I posted, was around this mark right here, which is right at about $42,000. And then I didn't sleep until about, let's see, about here. And let me tell you, if you're trying to go to sleep, please don't open your app to see what's going on with Bitcoin or crypto. It's just it makes it harder for you to do so. It makes it harder for you to sleep. This morning we made it all the way down here to the $35,000 Bitcoin. Guys, that was scary. From 45 the day before to 35, that's a $10,000 drop. That's huge. And everything in my logical mind kept saying, yep, get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it. And then I stopped myself and said, no, this isn't logical. For me to sell means I'm getting rid of something at a really low price. This is the time to buy. So I kind of have to hold back and say, I'm not, following the herd. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of these lower prices, not wasting my money and giving it to somebody else, because that's what's essentially happening. If you're selling at those low prices, which actually went all the way down to $29,258.95, that's really low. That's really low. Those are some discounts right there. And you can see as soon as it passed that 30,000 threshold, it just bumped up, because people have a lot of calls waiting to happen. As soon as it hits certain thresholds, it automatically buys, for people. So that's why you see it bumping back up. Now we're at the $39,000 mark, and we came right back up. So between 11 a.m. to 2, things just went right back up. So keep that in mind. Please don't sell. I don't want you to lose money here. That's not what we're about. I want you to be successful. I want you to do well. So don't sell if you can. Hold on to it a little longer. And I would actually say buy if you're able to. I know I mentioned some altcoins that also dropped. Everything dropped with this. So I was looking at Doge. I know I made a remark yesterday about Doge. It was here. I just added some things. Doge, and we dropped. See, the graph there is basically the same. Ethereum, we're under $3,000, and it went down to 1,800 for a short period there. Like, those are some really good gains for you to have in a few minutes, honestly, less than 2 hours. To go from, 1,800 to 2,800, man, that's awesome. So you just got to know what, that you want to take advantage of the market. You don't want to, sell just because you're fearful. That's what's driving this right now. That's what's making these numbers drop so drastically. And it happens. It's volatile. It's taking place everywhere. Not only with the crypto world, but also when it comes to regular stocks. Here's the AMC push that I was talking about yesterday as well. So we were up at the $14 mark. We're down at $12.41 at this moment. There's some calls that are gonna get executed on the 21st. So let's see what happens. It's all a matter if people can just get over their fear and push forward. That's gonna make a huge difference. But something I want to ask for. Let me see Tesla real quick before I go any further. Man, everything's super slow right now. Yep. We're way down, but you see this same trend following here, coming right back up because of Bitcoin. Tesla actually bought Bitcoin at the $39,000 mark. So let's see what they do with it. Let's see what they do with that money. But I want to ask for your help, if you could. I know that I've said this before, but this is actually a little special. If you like the videos, that's great. I appreciate it. If you don't like the video, that's fine too. But I would really appreciate if you'd subscribe to the channel. I want to be able to do these live. I want to be able to have a little bit more interaction. And I know I don't ask for a lot. I just want to get to that 1,000 subscribers so I can do some of these live. I have no problem doing live things with you guys, and I want to make sure that you're taking advantage of the markets, and I want to be here to help you. I want to be here for you to be successful, to help you do more and acquire more gains. And for me to do that, it's going to be huge if I'm able to go live and have you guys tune in with me. So if you can, I would encourage you to share this video with somebody and ask them to like and subscribe to the video as well. Again, it goes a really long way. I know that I've said this before, but it makes a big impact. So I'm gonna end it here. And if you guys have any questions, comments, please let me know right down below. I'm gonna be as interactive as I possibly can. If you guys have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those right down below. But you guys have a great day. And if there's a change and if there's anything going on in the markets, I'll try to get another video up and get things going. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next one.